As round 5 of Red Bull Global Rallycross hits the dirt track in Charlotte, North Carolina, everything has changed. After rallying for a second-place finish in New York, Scott Speed faced a late penalty that cost him the points lead.
It turns out in the red flag, we pulled our car here where we're standing under the tent, and in the rules, you're supposed to keep it outside of the tent. And we ended up losing all of our points because of that.
During a red, we allow them to change a cracked rim or something on a tire. We allow them to change some bodywork if they need to put the car back together. But in this case, they plugged the computer into the engine and they were making some changes on the engine. And that's not on the list of things that they're allowed to do.
That moved Nelson Piquet Jr. onto the top of the standings. In addition to the point shakeup, this weekend marks the first time the series is raced on a predominantly dirt course all season.
It's really exciting to get back onto the dirt and use that skill set that I've had for all of these years.
It's so soft. Some places are dusty, some places are clumps of mud. It literally has every different element imaginable in one lap.
The big start there for Ken Block.
Went out there and really attacked on the start. Ended up getting the whole shot, and then was able just to maintain that lead all the way to the finish. So really stoked about that. Going into a final, I'm in pole position in that final. So set myself up to win. Now I just gotta go out and do it, hopefully.
Carnage in semi-final B sent many teams scrambling to make repairs.
Look at, oh, this time it's Foust into the hydro barrier. Huge damage to the right front.
I had a good inside line. I went on the brake, but obviously I think Tanner Foust thought I went too early because he just kept pushing me in the back, so I ended up on the barriers. Too bad for me, but my guys are working flat out now on my Cobalt car, so hopefully we will make it to Helsinki.
But Tanner Foust managed to take the victory, despite a mangled Volkswagen Polo.
There's a lot of carnage. There's a lot going on. Ultimately, the guys have some work to do to make it look pretty, but the car's running good.
With all eyes on a 3-car battle up front, a phenomenal Joker lap gave Nelson Piquet Jr. the win in the LCQ.
Obviously, we were in a very tight spot, under a lot of pressure because we had to make the final. Championship counts a lot right now, and we made it. We got a good Joker and paid off.
The lights are green. We are racing in Charlotte, our supercar final.
Oh, Deegan gets in the back of Arpin, and we see Johnny Weeman up the inside, and there's contact in the water barrier further back.
Piquet, the points leader there, into that first corner. He is parked in the hydro barriers.
And there you go. The red flag is out. Let's see the replay.
Too many cars, too little space.
Block hoping for the same start he got last time.
Looks like a great start for everybody on the grid, all side by side in the same order. Steve Arpin gets wide, Ken Block off to a clean start, but Tanner Foust has a run, gets clipped by Deegan.
Look at this battle for second place. Sverre Isachsen, Johnny Weeman, and Scott Speed. Meanwhile, Ken Block, clean air. He is having just the greatest day here in Charlotte. Look at the margin between him and Sverre Isachsen in second.
And we know how much he loves being back on a track that's all dirty. It's such a great heat race.
Oh, look at that. Nelson Piquet Jr. comes through to take third place from Johnny Weeman.
Nelson Piquet left the Joker for late. He did the same thing in the heat race brilliantly and just nailed it again. And then look at this up front, Ken Block, a clean windshield, no dust to deal with. And this is the kind of run that we've expected out of Ken Block, and I'm sure he's thrilled with the pace of his car.
Ken Block jumps back into the dirt track. He has one more corner left to negotiate. He goes wide. It doesn't matter. Ken Block wins in Charlotte.
My team put together an absolutely fantastic setup for me on my Ford Fiesta, and I just went out and drove my heart out. I just absolutely loved it.
We have fought so long time for these things, and to bring this Subaru on the podium is really, I'm really impressed. Second place for us is a victory.
Red Bull Global Rallycross next heads to sunny Florida and the Daytona International Speedway. Be sure to join us for round number 6.